All right. We are back here. I believe we are back starting the stream. Hello. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody out there who is joining me today. Oh, let me go ahead and exit out of that so we can get our program up. And let me pull up the chat on my phone here. Yeah, so a little bit of a different scene here. Gonna be coming in from my parents' house here. Okay, so it looks like I got it cut off a little bit here. Go ahead and get this situated. I think we're all good. How do I get to my chat here on my phone? Dashboard. Make sure we're live here. Docs. Control panel. Docs. Chat. Cool. I think we're live here. All right. I think we're good. Gonna go ahead and remove this and join up the stream on my phone here. This is difficult. Okay, cool. All right. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. Hope you're doing well. I am going to just take a little bit of time today to work on our small business manager project. I, I think that it would be useful for us to work on this today. Let me make sure that we got. Hello, Diane. How you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Or is it Diane? Thank you so much for stopping by today. Merry Christmas Eve to you. How you doing? Welcome. All right, that's fine. It's a little bit zoomed in, but that's okay. Perfect. Michael, I have a question unrelating to coding and more of a streaming question. How do you get your stream to run without lagging and becoming horrible quality? Yeah, so I actually did a lot of troubleshooting when I was first getting the stream going regarding the quality aspect. So I found that running at 20,000 bit rate was best. So I run at a 20,000 bit rate, and you do have to have pretty fast internet to be able to have a 20,000 bit rate refresh. So I back at home I usually have, I think I have about 350 to 500 down or something like that. Here, I think I'd be even faster at my parents' house, around like 600, 800 down. So you do have to have a quite a quick internet to have 20 megabits per second, 20,000 refresh rate. But yeah, that's what I use to currently stream is OBS and use the 20,000 as my I can show you. So I use OBS here, settings. Right, stream is output here, 20,000. So these are my stream settings here. You can take a peek at that if you'd like. Oh, does it not show up on? Oh, yes, it does show up on my. Here, I'll bring this over here. The format's a little bit off because I am on my laptop, so I'm streaming in at 1440p, whereas my laptop resolution is not 1440p. So it does make it a little bit strange. But here I pulled up the my stream. These are what I currently use to stream for video and audio for output, and then this is the output here. Cool. Exciting, a new setting change. Little study just before the holidays, huh? Yeah, exactly. Avinash, thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate you joining the stream today and saying hello. Exactly. So I'm at my folks' house here for the holidays, Christmas time. Spending some time relaxing off work. I did take some PTO, so feels pretty good to get a break from chemistry and just relax a little bit. I did a lot of shopping today. But just gonna jump into and work on the small business manager here for about an hour, I'd say, and then we'll call it for today. It is a holiday. I did want to just come on and give a quick study session and keep the streak alive for us on the stream. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and big ups to you guys for coming in and sticking to this on Christmas Eve. It's definitely not easy to make yourself do on a holiday. I was coming up with every excuse in the book to postpone, but I really wanted to stay loyal to you guys and stay loyal to the stream and to the cause here. So thank you so much. Yeah, Diane, feel free to message me on Discord if you have any questions about the stream quality. Message me personally on Discord, link down below to join the community Discord. And then I can give you like screenshots of my OBS settings and everything because I spent a lot of time messing around with it, trying to figure out what was best and I spent a lot of time because I was getting that bad quality that you might be experiencing as well. So let me know and I'll go ahead and send over some screenshots. All right, so this is the small business manager that we're working on here. And I wanted to take about an hour of our time to kind of implement a couple more features here. So let's quickly give a demo of what we got so far. I'm going to move my terminal down to the bottom of my screen here so we can see it. Terminal, let's move this here, like so. Cool. So if we enter the small business manager and we press on inventory, we can add items, right? So we can give a new item test. We can give a cost of 10. Item size has to be within our bounds, right, of these bounds provided. So we'll say it's a medium. I use today's date, yes, right? And then quantity, I'll say we have one of these, right? So based on that, you can see that that item was added right here, new item test, right? So everything's working appropriately with adding items. Now we can also go to inventory, find edit by item number. We can go back to our menu here. Okay, we want to take item number 2 and edit that item. Okay, number 2, boom, that selects all of those attributes from item number 2 that we have saved within our file. And then we are able to access these and actually override them live here. So if I take item name as name 2.0, right? Boom, immediately name 2.0 is overridden right there for our name value. If I did it for size by pressing 2, I could say this becomes extra large. So right here we have medium for size, where now if I give extra large, boom, size gets updated to extra large there live in front of us. So at any point here, we can actually exit out. But I also wanted to show you guys that at the end of I think it was our last stream, we implemented the active function here, where we can now override by pressing 5 to set the active status to false, and that updates there, and we get a false active status for this item. So if we want to set that back to true, just boom, back to true, like so. So really cool, really easy there. Yeah, so that's how items are being handled. Hey Danny, how's it going? I recently see your videos. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for sharing it. Oh, that's so awesome. I'm so happy you were able to find my videos and find some value out of them. Thanks so much. What type of programming are you learning? Are you learning Python or I'd love to know more about your specific learning here. What's going on? How are you doing today, Danny? Thanks so much for coming in. Okay, so if I set item name to like new, that immediately updates. But if I set active status to true, we get this refresh happening. So why are we getting this refresh happening upon active status change? Let's go ahead and figure that out. So we have set active status here where we just return a value. So it has to be within our actual function here. So edit item. If case 5, we edit item. We call it new active status is set active status. We override it and then we respawn with the edit item function. Hmm. It's just kind of interesting that we're getting that visual flare happening when we do this queue. So if we edit like the item size and make it so it's small, right, that just immediately updates and we don't get any sort of refresh happening on the screen. But why is it when I set active status using 5 to false? Okay, we didn't get it that time. So it must have been just a visual glitch or something going on that maybe was happening within the client itself. Interesting. Diane, thanks, Michael. I made some tweaks and will DM you if I run into issues. I wish you a good stream and a Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. Yeah, I'll look forward to your messages on OBS or on Discord if you need any more help. I can for sure screenshot my settings and send them to you. Like I said, it's just 20,000 bit rate using the Apple H dot whatever encoder. Nothing really too crazy, but I just found that you have to have like at minimum a 20,000 bit rate to keep that HD quality. I did a lot of trial and error, increasing it, and then it just wasn't getting to that crisp quality other than at 20,000. But like I said, you do have to have pretty quick internet. Okay, so now what you guys can see is uh, we have successfully been able to edit these items, but they have not updated here yet. So if I make the, like, let's set the cost of the good by setting 3. Let's make this really obvious, like 400,000, right? Boom. That has not updated here, but it has updated here. And why that is because we don't call the save function, right? We don't call the save function until we actually hit 6, which is our back to inventory case, right? Our back to inventory menu. So we don't actually save until we go back to the menu. So I'm only calling one save on this file just after we edit all of the parameters and decide, okay, now I'm done editing. We're going to do one mass save on this file. So if I press 6 here and I show you guys the file, so as you, by my highlighted line number 3 here on my file, 2 below the header, if I press 6 in my program here, you'll see that this will automatically update for that file. Boom, just like that. So we just got that small got updated, right? We had 4 million here that got updated and everything, and then the false got updated here. So awesome, that's working appropriately. Naaman, hey, how's it going? Merry Christmas. Hope everything is going well to you as well. Let's go ahead and ping the Discord here. Everyone, I am live. Short. Steve stream. Stop by and say hello. Let's go ahead and provide a link here to the stream. View my channel here. Let's take this. Copy. Oop. Copy this guy. All right, and we'll take it out. Put it right here. All right, cool. Hopefully we get some Discord members to stop in and say hello. I appreciate you coming in, Naaman. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Merry Christmas to you as well, and thanks so much for coming in on your holiday. Can't be easy to come in and set some time to learn here. Okay, so now we're at a point now, you guys, where we're kind of ready to start making these transactions happen, right? We're starting to fill in these missing variables. So let's go ahead and start setting that up. That's what I want to work on for this next hour. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. I will clear out of this terminal. So we need to identify. Is this working properly? Oop. Yo, stream from a new spot. Merry Christmas, chat. Merry Christmas, Michael. Airsick Titan, thanks so much for stopping in. It's so good to hear from you again. Thank you so much for the support and for participating here in the Discord as well. I see your chats in the Discord. You're awesome. Thanks so much for coming in. Merry Christmas to you. And yeah, for those that I'm at my folks' house visiting them for Christmas here, getting a little break from work and but not from programming. We are sticking with um, our streak here. We're keeping the streak alive. I was going back and forth, but I ultimately decided that the streak needs to be kept alive. Okay, so now we're ready to develop this run transactions menu, which will ultimately start the conversion process for all of our transactions. So let's go ahead and set that up. So we can get out of this. We don't need this. Let's go ahead and set up a function here called def run transactions. And we're going to, what we're going to do for this, right, for inventory, we clear right off the bat. So for run transactions, we're going to clear the terminal right off the jump. We are going to, so if we clear out of the jump, we're going to need to call a user input here with a variable user input. And we're going to use our create menu function. And for our prompt, we're going to say, please, what does our inventory prompt say? Create menu, that's our run system prompt. This does inventory manager. We'll do transaction manager. So transaction manager is our prompt. And then let's go ahead and select some values that we can actually select. So for our first value in our array of selectable values, we are going to say, let's say our first value is going to be, let me make sure that the stream is catching up. I need to zoom out though, so let me go command like this. Okay. And let me make my font a little bit larger. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's better for the stream. Now we can see. Hey, Christy, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. Thanks so much for joining me. How are you doing? Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much for joining, and I hope everything is going well. Hope you're safe. Hope all is going well with you and this holidays, and you're feeling some joy here. Thanks so much for coming in, and let's do a little programming together here. So we are going to call user input when we're going to need to do transact for sale item transact. So then this will be so it'll be transact for sale item, and then we have transact sold item. So we are going to, those are going to be our two menu prompts. So right, if I do a run on this, go one, press the transactions menu now, we get this menu. Perfect. Before we weren't getting anything. So now we can transact for sale items. Now we can transact sold items, right? So that's perfect. Let's go ahead and break out of this front program. And then we'll keep going here. So we're going to get some user input, and we're going to match a case of user input. We're going to match it with case is going to be 1, and the next case is going to be 2. right? All right. Next case is going to be, so in case one, if they press transact for sale item, we are going to call the um, so in our run edit item. So I'm going to actually create a function here to, because we need to copy this searching by item number again. So rather than recopying this entire block of code, I'm going to create a operational function down here to house that information. So def um, search uh, item search item number. So we're going to create a function where we have item search item number, and then I'm going to take in the values here from this find edit function that we wrote, where this right where when we're actually pulling up by item number. So this is elif user enter 1, we clear terminal, and we run this while loop. So I want to go ahead and take this while loop from here, and we're going to actually say, so found item is equal to find item by item number. So this is just the providing of the item number. Um, yeah, AirStick Titan. So I just closed it out of that program like prematurely. I'll show you exactly how. So yeah, we can exit out of the program and save completely. I just exited out like just prematurely there. Let me show you that 1 second. So we're going to copy over the while loop here, right? And so, but the while loop is going to return a value. So we need to say, for here, we're going to say user input is equal to the function of search, or what is it? What was it called? Item search, item number. Right, we're going to get this. This is going to return the item number back to us in the user input. This will be not user input. This will be item number, right? Item number is equal to this. So then we're going to take in item number here, right? And then we're going to take this entire line of code here, copy it. Boom. Found item, find item by item number. So that's the search for the item number. So we need to return this entire value here. So we'll take this out. Instead of calling this, this gets item. No, actually I don't want to do this. I want to take this while loop here, put it here in my search item by. Hey Tanmay, how you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Yo, 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 how's it going? Change of setting, guys. We are visiting my folks for Christmas here, so we are in a different setting here, but we're still streaming. I'm still staying dedicated to keeping the streak alive. Ray313 says, so after I finish Python Crash Course, what should I move on to next? What book? Have you taken any courses, maybe like Harvard CS50P, to try to maybe apply those concepts to maybe some problems or even to a final project. I would even consider maybe attempting to begin your own small final or not final, but a small project to help practice and implement those and beginning Python concepts you learn in Python Crash Course, and then apply them into an actual project before compounding and learning even more difficult things. After I finished Harvard CS50P, we completed a final project, and then after I finished the Python Crash Course, I did another project to solidify those concepts before I went into data structures and algorithms, which is what we are currently studying right now on the stream. Uh, so I would just recommend maybe trying to apply those concepts you learned into a project of your own, or maybe one of the projects in the back of Python Crash Course itself in the Part 2 section. If you've already done a project, I think it's maybe a good time to compound and start learning into more elaborate Python material. So you could take a look at Fluent Python. I provide that in my Discord link down below, which is just a compilation of all my study resources I'm using on the stream. I know right now we're working on a personal project that like we are applying those study resources to this personal project, the small business manager, but we just have a shortened time today because of the holiday schedule. So definitely implement those, but Fluent Python would be a great book to expand into the intermediate realms of Python if you're wanting to stick with Python. Um, Also, maybe try to dive into DSA in Python, like that I'm currently reading live on stream. We're on chapter 6. Um, it's been a challenging, not gonna lie, but as we've gotten through up to chapter 6, I'm starting to move really kind of quickly through the material now because I'm starting to understand the author's style and flow, and I'm really starting to actually understand the just the general concepts better than I was at the beginning. So hopefully that answered your question. I really appreciate you joining. I've used Python for a long time and I just noticed it had a switch case. Are you referring to the match case that we're doing here? Yeah, I was recommended to use this rather than if else chains, right? Rather to just use the match. So I've been trying to implement this more and more. So we have a function here. So we need to search item by. We need to paste this here. So this calls a while loop where we will um, ask for an item number. Okay. And so then up here, if they press 1, we do a clear. And then we call search by item number. This returns the user input that we provided. We need to take that user input and do a search on the user input for the item which is found here. So we need to do this. I want to do this within the body of the function. So we're returning the found item to our right. We're going to return the found item to the we're going to find item by not item number. I need to remove this. So the search item by number will return the found item, and we're going to run an edit on the found item from here. Perfect, just like that. Wing Hong, hi Mike, hi friends, hello to you, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone that's in here in the stream. I really appreciate you guys joining today. We are in a new setting in my parents' house while I'm visiting them over the holiday break here. Really enjoying the time off here, but not time off from the stream. We are dedicated to learning here with you guys. So thanks so much for coming in. Um, so we return the found item, and we're not going to search by item number. This is going to be the user input, right? This right. All right. So now let's make sure that nothing broke within our function, right? So we don't have these implemented, right, for the run transactions, but we should. Oh, we're gonna need to put passes here though. So we should be able to still search for our items. I just refactored the code into its own function, so then we can reuse that searching based on the item number in our actual, searching by item number to make a transaction now, rather than to edit the parameters. So we needed to recall that same search mechanism for item number. So I just refactored that into its own function. So we'll go into inventory here. We'll go find and edit item. We'll go by item number. So these are the items here we have. By item number. Okay, that works fine. We get the cue to go back. So we press ABC. Please enter an integer number, right? Okay, if we enter a big number that's not found, we get error, item number not found. So all of our, our looping is working for our error checking. Our clearing terminal is working appropriately. So now if we actually give it an item number that we want, like 2, boom, we get that. And that should take us, that is the end of that function, right? We found the item, and then we call the edit item on that found item, which is just this function below here, which does all of these overriding features. So cool. We have successfully refactored that function down into the, right, we successfully refactored right, we had this within our search for editing the items, right? We've refactored this into an actual function which returns the item number, or returns the actual the found value with the item number associated with it. So very, very cool. Um, then we can say, um, nice. So then I will go back to Airsick Titan. Um, I will go back to your question is, right, we have an instance of our program running here. So if I make any edits, I'll show you here. I'll pull this down slightly. Again, I'm sorry if this is a little bit difficult to view. I am just on a single laptop streaming here. I need to reconfigure the the output size because it doesn't match up appropriately with my MacBook screen. So I'm having to shrink down my stuff to fit everything online with the stream. I didn't want to have to mess around with it live here, but I'll try to fix that next time. Wing Hong said, I failed my online assessment miserably today. I feel horrible. Oh, don't worry, dude. Just trust me. Like it's definitely not the end of the world. There are going to be other things you're not going to be judged, on your education and your ability to, to produce on this one single assessment. You have many more chances to prove yourself down the line. This is definitely not the end. This is just the start, in my opinion. I think that you should use this as a block to propel yourself forward and say, okay, I'm going to take in this loss that I currently experience, but I'm not going to view this as a sunken loss where I'm just going to brush it off and, say, oh, well, I'm going to really, pivot my way of thinking around this negative, result and try to excel next time. So don't let it really beat you down, but instead have it project you forward. Yes, exactly, Ersic Titan. If you don't fail, you're not learning. And oftentimes people say attribute to true learning comes with failure. If you're not failing in some aspect of some way, if you're not, you know, completely not getting it, or you're really not maybe understanding the concepts fully, or you maybe had a previous background knowledge, but that's all beside the point. But just like that. Yeah, no problem, Wing Hong. This is a great space to be for, just feeling, safe and uh, a good environment for open. Just don't have to worry about any of that here. We're just chilling and we're having a good time together. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, it might seem like everything's compounding at once, but you also take the perspective of maybe seeking the cup at half full, right? You might be failing in your mind, quote unquote, at these more trivial things in life, such as grades or performance reviews and stuff, but you are still breathing, right? You're still experiencing life when someone else may not be experiencing life in a way that you are. They might be, handicapped. And I'm not saying that, of course, that everybody has their own ailments and disabilities and difficulties, but um, you know, often it just might help to have that cup half full approach. That there's probably people that are struggling in other aspects that might weigh greater, but still don't belittle your own um, hard times because they are valid in your own personal circumstances. So just try to find that balance. It's definitely difficult, and it's a lot easier said than done. I've been exactly where you've been in college. I went through some rough patches, and you gotta pull through, and it just you just get stronger when you come out on the other side. Script Serpent, thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas to you. How are you doing? Christmas Eve. If it's Christmas for you in your time zone, Merry Christmas. So cool to have you here. Thanks so much for coming, all you guys that are here. And if you guys aren't, feel free, please, to throw the thumbs up to the stream. It really helps, keep me motivated. We're streaming here on Christmas Eve, learning, grinding away. And I wanted to come and say hello to you guys today and make sure I stopped in and did my due diligence here and really stuck to the stream and kept the streak alive. So please throw it a like if you would be so kind. And also follow along to the channel if this is something that you're interested in. I do live coding every day, learning out of various textbooks. Currently, we're reading data structures and algorithms in Python, where in the first half of my stream, I read aloud audiobook style all the textbook. I break all the examples down. I really try to learn and take in all of the information as it comes, and then we do the reinforcement problems at the end of the chapters. And I have a Discord link below where I have a compilation of all these resources, from the PDFs you're seeing to my notes to other people's resources. We've had a lot of people provide their own personal college resources that they use to study when having an actual CS degree. I have a personal degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry. I work as a formulation chemist, so I am teaching myself this just all independently after my 9 to 5. And so if that sounds like something you're interested in, please follow along. The channel's been growing, and it'd be a great Christmas treat to have you to join the channel and join the stream every day. So thanks so much, you guys. Yeah, you got this. Keep going, Wing Hong. You got a lot of support here in this chat, a lot of support in the channel here. We got your back. You're safe here with us. This is great. Yeah, Dat Steel. I'm in a new environment here. I'm at my parents' house. I'm just away in the guest bedroom here, getting away from a little bit of the noise. They're watching some movies, Christmas movies. But I wanted to take at least an hour here to stop in and say hello to you guys and wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Each of the questions were a page long. Just reading them took me forever. What was it you were specifically doing? Let me see. An online assessment. Is that like for a job interview? I've heard of OAs before, but I never really knew what they were. I've never ever seen one before. All right, let's keep on trucking through here, you guys. Okay, so our refactor of the search by item number is working appropriately. We refactor that down into its own function. So now what we can do is go back to, let's make sure these updates are happening right. So test, boom, that worked. And then if we save with 6, that should update here to test, and boom, that updated perfectly. So our file is being saved. So now if we press the find and transact item menu, right, 3, we get, does not define, you mean run find edit item. Okay, so we don't have the find transact here in the inventory manager setup. That'll be just another pathway to getting to transactions, but we need to take it from the actual um, main menu of our program. So we'll go 1 here. Um, uh, so from transactions would be right here. So transactions. So now we have these menu options. So if we need to transact a for sale item or transact a sold item. So I'm not sure how we're going. I'm not sure if these are my permanent prompts. I'm still kind of working through them. One was implement a board game. Yeah, for HRT trading. What is? I'm sorry. I'm pretty. ignorant in the field of computer science jobs and software jobs. What is HRT trading like a job? Is it a company specifically like a? Oh, it's a quant firm, so you're like doing like trade software stuff. Oh, and Wing Hong, do you have like experience in that? I have a very uh, personal passion. I wake up every morning and I trade stocks and option contracts. I am into that, unfortunately. I've been doing pretty well this year though, so that's pretty good. High frequency trading firm, Hudson River Trading. Wall Street. Oh, gotcha. That's super interesting. I do retail trading miserably. Yeah, no, my trades definitely are not that. I'm definitely a rookie. I'm still learning the process, but we caught that last bull run, post election here, so we ended the year off nicely. But I would really like to consider getting a project going for the channel eventually, going over maybe managing like a finance portfolio. Like you could import like your Robinhood account via like an API token or key associated with your Robinhood account, and then have various data visualizations according to your additional statistics for your Robinhood or something like that would be really cool. Let me know if that sounds like something you guys are interested in. So now we can, right, we need to, at this point, we need to determine, um, you know, we need to, right here. So if they press one, we transact a for sale item. Okay, so at this point, though, you guys, I think it would be wise to add in some flags onto our class indicating that the item is for sale and indicating that the item is sold. Now, we do have, attributes associated with our class here that indicate that the class, um, the class so if you can infer that if it has a date listed or a listing price filled in, that it has been for sale. But it's I think it would be so much easier to like, rather than having to access the individual items, like saying if self dot date listed, right, as in like a boolean return expression, of true or false, then do the following would probably be the way we go about it. But yeah, it's interesting. Um, I have a dream of doing algo trading. That's the dream. Oh, awesome, Winkong. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So cool. Aniket, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Hi, I'm a master's student in finance and I'm eager to learn coding, especially Python. Is this the right channel for it? Yeah, this is great. We have Wing Hong. He actually just took an online assessment for a trading firm, so he has some experience, seeing that. And I'm a formulation chemist. I'm a biologist, a human biologist with a minor in chemistry and a focus in chemistry. And so I work as a formulation chemist, and I'm transitioning and teaching myself, coding and intertwining that with my current education and my current abilities, and then expanding from there. So this is a great place to be. I've been teaching myself from scratch as a professional, similar to yourself. So thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you following along. That's so awesome. It's great to hear from you. Airsick Titan. I have three monitors. Yeah. All right. So at this point, well, I mean, we can let's just try it out. So if they press one, we're going to want to call the um, found item or item to transact is going to be equal to the find or search item number function, right? So that's going to return the found item. If we want to convert this item, so if item to transact dot so if not item to transact dot listing date listed. So right, if not item to transact date listed attribute associated with it, we want to run the transaction here, right? So proceed with transaction. Else, right, meaning that this item already has been listed for sale. We want to return so we want to, what do we want to do? Do we want to return? Have you ever heard about Martin Shkreli? Sounds very, very familiar. Martin Shkreli. It sounds super familiar, that name. Ray Cornelius, evening. How you going? Happy Merry Christmas to everybody here. I hope you guys are having a great day. For those that are new, my name is Michael. I'm a formulation chemist. I have a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I've been teaching myself programming for the last 6 months. We're currently working on a personal project, but at the beginning of my streams, I read over various textbooks and online resources. Right now, we're reading data structures and algorithms, and we're pretty deep in it. We're all the way through to chapter 6 here. And so, but today we're just doing a little shorter stream for the holiday break, and I'm working on, right, so we're on chapter, oh, I'm sorry, we're on chapter, yes, we're on chapter 6. But today I'm just working on this for right now because we have a shortened time. So I personally might stick with Python, Java, JavaScript, and C++, sometimes Lua. Awesome. I've been sticking with C#, tried to learn semantic kernel today, found out you got to pay for OpenAI keys. Oh, interesting. Uh, I forget, does Python allow you to throw new, not implemented? What is that one, Sick Titan? I'm learning Python from Python for Dummies. The name sounds a bit unusual. It's actually a great book. Yeah, and Aniket, feel free to join the Discord link below. I have compiled all my study resources into one location, and I would highly recommend taking a look at the Python Crash Course book that I read live on stream. I read the entire part one live on stream and worked through all of the try it yourself practice problems live on stream when I was reading it for the first time. I'm also going back through and posting the solutions to those try it yourself practice problems on my channel. And so that book is really, really good at filling in the gaps when paired with like something like CS50P. It's an exception that says you didn't implement this method, so it breaks the code essentially, but allows you to run it. Okay, so we'll try that. Not implemented. So if not, we want to raise else. Do we want to print, like, we can say raise not implemented, right? We can raise not implemented, and but if we raise I don't want to raise an error because I just want to create my own error kind of and say we want to print so we want to clear terminal at this point. We want to print and then continue the loop here, because embedded within our create menu is a while loop. So we can say, we can technically give a continue here, or maybe we don't even need to say continue. It'll just do it automatically. So we'll clear terminal. If not, I'll just say here pass for right now. Print, can we, error, where's my, let's see, error, please select, except for, okay, we try, that's what we can do, okay, exactly, okay, we can try, except for a not implemented error. So we can try this, so if we want to try this, if there isn't any, right, we want to raise not implemented, and then oh, I said accept value. We don't want to raise. We want to say accept value, accept not implemented error. Okay, so try that, except if you get, so this won't actually give us what we want. So this, we could try to find it. So we can try to find it, right? This will return the item to transact, and then no, the not implemented, that's not the right, I don't think it's the right thing we're trying to say, because it is implemented, it's just not, doesn't have a data point associated with it, right? It's just a none value. Would not implemented be raised on a none for a attribute? A not implemented error should be raised when a specific feature or method is expected to be implemented but is not yet provided. If you encounter a situation where an attribute is none, it would not be typical to raise a not implemented error. Okay. So if not item.transact date listed, meaning there isn't a date listed within this, we can go ahead and proceed. We don't need to try here. We'll bring this back. We'll say else, right? We'll say else. Let's clear the terminal, right? And then we'll print, and then when you say pass, we'll clear the terminal. We will print the function error item to transact. We need to put a F here for the F string syntax. Transact, item to transact. Already date listed equals an F string, and we'll say it would be item to transact dot date listed, right? Let's get caught up on the chat here. You'll need to pass the if not item to. Oh god, yeah. Game development is not my choice of style all the time, but games I make are surely using Pygame or Turtle, but I normally take our scripts with ethical hacking. Awesome, that sounds so cool. If anyone wants to get into sports analytics, Mathletics is a great book. Goes over the stuff that they talk about in Moneyball as well. Oh, that's really interesting. I think recently in our Discord we had Chase from Space release a project where you can actually live refresh NFL scores in your terminal. So go check that out in the Discord if you want to see a demo of that. It's really cool. I think he was going to publish a like a README for it for installation for everybody, which would be really cool. So we're in this function right now. We're saying, can I continue here? No, it doesn't let me. The create menu does it though. Yeah, I don't have any continue statements here, but I'm calling back to the edit item on the item. What about okay, yeah, so my match case, my no continues are needed. It happens within the create menu function. Okay, so now if I go ahead and run this, we get inventory. Let's go transactions, for sale item. Okay, we're given an item number. Let's say, right, this is going to be our same function as before. So if we say ABC, we get error. Please enter an integer number. If we enter in 1000, we get error item number 1000 not found. But if we enter in item number 2, we get our program stops. So um, if not item, so right here, that's where it stopped. So if I go ahead and fill in this space with a date created, so I'm going to take in this one. I'm going to copy it over to our date listed attribute here, right? So now this should have a date listed. We should get this error now. So if I run this, yes, transactions, transact for sale item. Item number would be item number 2 for, all right, for this guy, yep. We should get this error. Error number 2. Okay, cool. So it gives us the error. Uh, um, item number, and then we'll do a period here, and we'll say item to transact dot item name, and then we'll give here date listed. Okay, so now rather than this is kind of jumbled because I already have my dunder stir in my class, right? We set this up a couple streams ago. The dunder stir creates this representation that I have here, but I was inserting from pretty much number to false here in that F string. So that's where I was getting that incorrect, you know, kind of jumbled mess going on. So if I run this now, yes, transactions, transact for sale item, boom, we get item number. So we need to check that. So in between the transaction menu, so if the user presses 2, we want to clear terminal. So if the user presses 1, we want to do a clear here, right? Like so. Okay, let's control C back out of this, make sure that worked. And then run here, yes, start. So transactions, transact for sale item. So it should clear here and give us a blank menu. Perfect. So we get this. I might want to do a print, be like search, like a header maybe right here would be good. Like I will print here we'll say, whoops, a header for the actual what's going on here would be pretty decent. So we'll say we'll print here and say search for, we'll say, transact for, or transact title this. So we'll transact for sale item. Transact item to for sale item. Okay, so now if we run here, yes, transactions, transact for sale item, we get none type title. What? Why isn't this method working? Why is my title? Am I doing something wrong? What? Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have to go like this? There we go. I had to put it actually applying to the string in the print, not to the actual print statement. The print statement was giving me a none object, right? Because there is no object associated with the print statement. I needed to put the title within the parameters of the string inside the print statement. Perfect. So now if we run this, boom, yes, transactions, transact for sale item. Now we get this. I just need to add in a little bit of spacing to that header. So we'll add in a \n here and run. Yes, transactions, transact for sale item. Okay, cool. Now we get that transact item to for sale. And so instead of this, I'm going to put here like that. Or like that. So boom, transactions, transact for sale item, transact item to for sale. So I'll also just put a colon here. All right, and then one more reload here should do it. Yes, transaction. Oh, main menu in transactions. We need to add an option here as well while I'm here to quote main menu. Right. So our case quote 3 is going to be a call just to main. So I want to see just really quick my inventory menu. How do I handle that? I just call run system with no clear. Okay. So if I call 3, we'll just call run system here for the main menu call. Right, so now we can go back to main menu. If I go here, transactions, now we get main menu, which takes us back to the main menu. Perfect. So we can go back to transactions. If I press A, we error, please select an option using its numerical value. If I press 4, which isn't an option in the list, we get please select a valid option. So perfect. Now we can go into transact for sale item. So transact item number. So if we want to transact item number 2, right, we're going to put this one to the test where it already has a transact date for its date listed, meaning it's already for sale. We will go ahead and not get hit with this catch, but we will throw this error here. So I press item number 2. We get error 2 test date, right? Perfect. Error already item for sale. Item already for sale. item number 2. Item number 2 already for sale, date listed, like that. Okay, so now let's try that. Yes, transactions for sale item. Item number 2, boom, error. Item number 2 is already for sale. So we'll also put a little quote around this item number so that they know that this is a like escaped character almost in its own sense. We'll say is already for sale. And then that just does a print statement. So if we are no longer printing, all right, what's come up in the chat here? Sorry guys, I was behind on the chats. Um, the job market is yeah, it's really bad for general finance. Oh, interest, yeah. I tried to ignore all the doomsdayers. I'll focus on the niche, and you'll find a job. It should work. Run it and test it. Do you need the prints for that? Should be just title. Yeah, I got you. You're talking about the title. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Airsick Titan is there's a lot of doomsdayers talking about the job market right now, um, and I, I I can't really attest to anything along those lines. I'm not currently looking for a job in the CS field at the moment. I have a job as a formulation chemist with my biology degree and chemistry degree, and so I am on that. But from a third party perspective, looking in, what I can tell you from what I can see, now take this with a grain of salt, is that I often see a lot of people that are bringing the same skills or the same projects or the same experiences to the table. A lot of candidates are, repeating or maybe looking up online or just repeating the same, um, methods for hire. And at this point, it's clear that it's very saturated. And so I think you'll find in the next maybe 2 to 3 years, 1 to 3 years, a shift in that dynamic for they're going to start looking for different angles of maybe more like maybe like Airsick Titan said, like maybe more niche skills in certain languages in certain areas rather than that broad gotta catch them all Pokemon coding languages Pokemon feeling like I gotta catch them all gym badges, right? I think that's becoming a very dated concept. All right. How long have we been streaming for this Christmas Eve? Let's see here. All right, we've been streaming for just over an hour. All right, I'll do it just a little bit longer here for Christmas Eve. It is Christmas Eve, guys. I'm gonna go spend the rest of the evening watching some Christmas movies with my girlfriend and my family. So please bear with me, and you guys should definitely do the same. We should be taking breaks. I just wanted to hop on for a short time to keep the streak alive and show you guys I'm committed to you guys, and I want you guys to be committed as well. But to join the Discord, get your link below to follow along if this is something you're interested in. But we'll keep going here for a couple more minutes. Thanks so much for your guys participating in the chat. You guys are awesome too. Okay, so now that we are printing this error in this match case, we need to call um, we need to call run transactions again here, right? So now if we don't or we unsuccessfully search for an item in this category, we call this again, prompting the user to select an option again. But we call it before we print this statement, so we get this statement as well. Let's go ahead and try this out. So yes, transactions, transact for sale, item number 2. All right, so that didn't give us the print statement we're looking for. How did I do this before? So like the run, find edit item. I said search, edit item. So and then the edit item, what do? I say create menu. I call it back on that item. Just confirmed you don't need the parens around the string. Quote hello world. Yeah, exactly, Airstick Titan. You don't need the parens around the string, but what I was referring to for that dot title was that I was calling dot title on for this example I'm working on this line here, line 187. I was calling the dot title on the outside of the parentheses here. So I was applying the title to the actual function of print, which is a none object, but it just references the string inside the function to print. So I needed to apply the dot title one step inward in my parentheses, my bounding parentheses, onto the string itself rather than the print. So I don't need parentheses here though, like you're saying, yeah, like that. Cool. Thank you so much, Airstick Titan. Appreciate you. So if we run the for transact for sale and we put 2, we're skipping over this. So we're running the transaction and then we're printing this. So the transaction menu, it does clear though here. So I don't want to clear here. I clear, I print, and then I run. Like so. So now that order of the functions should give me this. So I will need to, within my main menu, say if the user presses 2, where are you at? If the user presses 2 for the here. Right. If the user presses 2 for the run transactions, we want to clear terminal here and then run transactions. Then I'll do the same here. I'll clear terminal here. And then in my run inventory, I'll remove this clear terminal. So now that should be consistent. So now if I run, yes, we go transactions, we should get that clear here. Or let's go inventory, we should get the clear. Perfect. If I go view, okay, and I go back to inventory, okay, we need to add a clear there, but if I go main menu, okay, now if we go transactions, we should be getting the clear terminal happening. Perfect. If I go transact for sale item, we should be, now let's make sure we can go back. Yes, transactions, transact for sale item. Okay, item number 2, right? This should now, instead of just recalling that menu, it should print the error and then call back the menu. Perfect. So error, item number 2 is already for sale, date listed, boom. And then we enter back into the transactions manager menu. So now I need to just add a line escape here onto this error message so we don't have it cramped up so much. So we'll say right here is \n, and we'll run this program. Yes. Transactions, transact for sale. Item number 2, boom. Item number 2 is already for sale. It has a date listed filled in within its date listed parameter, which means it's for sale. So the transaction manager loops back, and we are entered back into this menu. Woo, 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 woo. Super cool. Oh, the terminal is cut off. I'm sorry, you guys. See, I need to fix the aspect ratio of my stream because I'm no longer working on my desktop or my monitor back at home. I'm only working on my physical laptop here. So I uh, I um I have to fix that aspect ratio. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought I had zoomed out though. Let me see. Like that, and I thought I made my, yeah, like this. Okay. So I'll show you guys that one more time. I'm sorry, the terminal was cut off there. But so I'll go exit. I'll go all the way back, and that right there was AirSig tight, and that was the exiting of the exiting of the program. So if I press enter from the main menu, right, I can press exit here, and I'm prompted with "Are you sure you want to quit?" and yes. And we do have a save there, but we also have saves happening elsewhere, as if when we edit the item we save, just in case things like corrupt or something. So if we go ahead and run this, I'll show you guys a demo before we kind of can you exit at any point in the program? No, I currently don't have any option to exit. Um, so maybe I could wrap the entire program in an if-else statement and say, like, if they say this at any point, then exit the program. But they currently have to navigate back to the main menu to exit. Um, but I do, because of that, I do have various saves, like save file functions that I wrote that are happening at various points. Like if they add a new item, it gets saved at that point. The file gets updated. If they edit the item parameter, it gets saved at that point. So it does get saved on exit, but it also is being saved arbitrarily in the middle at certain places. And so just in case they decide to close out prematurely, we do have backup saves happening. But I don't have any universal way to exit at any menu. No. I don't really know how I would do that. What do you suggest? Okay, so now let's do an example here. So if I go, so we're in inventory here. I'm going to start all the way from the beginning here. Let me just go exit. Yes. Let me clear out these items and show you what's going on. All right, so this is our item folder. This is our file. This items.csv. This is where we're loading files, or loading items, I'm sorry. So if I go ahead and run this program, I'll just quickly go over here, run, and go back over. So if we go press yes, we can enter in, and we can go, and we're prompted with our main menu here. Our main menu has right now two options of inventory and transactions. We can enter the inventory menu by pressing 1. In the inventory menu, we are prompted with either adding an item, finding and editing an item, finding and transacting an item, or just viewing the inventory. Currently, option 3 does not have any implementation to it, but I think I'm going to just have it relocate to what we've been currently working on as the finding and editing, so you can access it in either menu. So let's just go ahead and add a few items. So we'll make this item 1. We'll make this cost 10. We'll make the size medium, and we'll use today's date for the item log, and we'll use a quantity of 1. Right, that brought us back to the main menu, and you saw that was updated there, right? Perfect. So if we go to inventory again, let's add another item. Let's call this item tester. Let's call this tester. Let's call this, we'll make this 100. We'll say the size is extra, extra large, and we'll use a different date. We'll say this was purchased back in October 31st, 2024 on Halloween. And then let's say we have 3 of these items. So Boom, three of those items now get loaded up with no unique item numbers, right? So the everything else is consistent, but the item numbers are being updated each time. So now if we go into the transactions menu, or sorry, let's go to the edit menu, inventory, find and edit. Let's edit this item number one to give it a different name. So let's go by item number one. Boom, that pulled up item number one right there. We can give it a new name by giving new name tester, right? And then that got updated live on our screen, but as soon as we press 6 here, that'll update the file. So that's one of those saves happening. Boom, that got saved right there. So as you can see, we do need to add in a clear terminal happening on that portion. So let me add that in really quick before I forget. So on the edit item file, on save, I need to call a clear function here as well. We save file, clear terminal, and run the inventory. So I will quickly just go back to main menu and exit out so we can just kind of start back to where we were. So as you guys know, we have those items that are saved. We can go back into our program. Yes. And now we can see that we can go to the find edit item number one, and that item number one has been, appropriately updated. Right, and the items that were here were updated for Halloween. Perfect. So now if we go back to main menu, that clear terminal should happen appropriately. Yes, just perfect. That we just added in, and then we will say find an no, we'll go back to main menu 5. We'll go transactions, and then we'll go transact for sale item. Boom. Now if we put in item number 1, we should be able to transact this item. We don't have anything going on right now, but we should be able to. Perfect. So that loaded out of our program, and it appropriately selected that item. Now, but if we were to go ahead and copy over this value, at this point, right, we've selected item number 1, so we will now be okay. Okay, we need to convert this, so we will use today's date or some other date in the future or in the past to update for that date parameter. We'll implement that next time. But let's just quickly test to make sure that that error is being appropriately arisen when we have an actual date listed there. So this item is for sale now, item number 4. So if I run the program, boom, yes, yes, transactions, transact for sale item number 4, boom, item number 4 is already for sale. Date listed equals to 2024-10/31. And so this brings us back to our transaction manager menu, and we can go back to the main menu from here and exit the program. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It's really, really coming along here, you guys. Once we have all these data structures, added and all these menus added, it'll be really easy to just continue to add additional features and mess with this data and whatever small businesses may want, whatever reports they may want, we can easily just generate them by accessing all this data and having all these menus work together. So I will update my stream next time to have a better aspect ratio, so I don't have to do the whole shrinking and stuff regarding the stream. But let's get caught up on the chat. You can just do a while true if input equals X return program. I believe I could. Okay, cool. Yeah, so maybe we'll just wrap the entire program in a while loop at the end of the day and say if the user ever enters this value, just exit the program. Hey, Angela Lopez, thanks so much for stopping in. Cool. So for those that are new here, before I sign off, my name is Michael. I'm a graduate of human biology and a degree in chemistry. I have a BS in human biology, a minor in chemistry. I graduated from a state school in 2021. I work as a formulation chemist, and I've been teaching myself Python for the past 6 months here. It's been really great, learning and grinding through all this material solo. And then I have started the stream about 3 months ago, where I really, really ramped up my learning and got a passion for this. And you guys have been helping me along the way. I have a Discord linked below where I compile all of my study resources from the books that we read live on stream. Right now, we're reading Data Structures and Algorithms in Python, where I literally read the book aloud to you guys, audiobook style, break down the jargon, ask AI to break down things further, take notes. I have my notes pushed all to my GitHub right now, which is linked below as well. So if you want access to my notes regarding this book that we're reading, just see down below in the GitHub for that. It's the DSA Pi repo I have made. Yeah, it's coming along really nice. We do these at the beginning, and then we implement the learning into our actual projects here in the back half of the stream. But I really appreciate you guys joining me today. I wanted to just hop on for a shorter stream than normal. I usually stream for about 2.5 hours to 3.5, maybe 4 hours a day. But I just stopped on here on Christmas Eve here because I wanted to say hello to you guys and keep the streak alive, like I've been saying. But yeah, we streamed for an hour and 25 minutes, just shy of an hour and a half today. So a great stream for a great stream for Christmas Eve. Anyways, I appreciate you guys joining me today. Again, thank you so much for being here on Christmas Eve. You guys deserve a round of applause for your efforts in, putting in the effort to be here and learn. And thank you so much for participating, everyone. General Talks, Script, Angela, Airsick, Aniket, Tanmay. Who else did we have in here? Wing Hong, yes, for sure. We had Dat Steele, Ray, Christy, Naman, Danny, Diane, Avinash. You guys have all been great. Thanks so much for being here. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. And I'll be back. I'm going to try to do at least an hour tomorrow on Christmas. So I will do a quick hour, maybe hour and a half again tomorrow. And then we should be back to our regular streams after that. I will be in this setting here at my folks' house while I'm visiting them for the time being. I am visiting them until the 29th, so until this upcoming Sunday. So I'll be in this environment until then. But thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the stream. Follow along, join the Discord. Oh, by the way, please also join the Discord, because come the new year, we are going to be setting up a live watch along and a live completion, like a group completion of the Harvard CS50 X course that is being relaunched in 2025. So this is going to give us a broad range of full stack computer science terminology and studying, where we'll learn things like SQL, refreshers on Python, dive into maybe some JavaScript, obviously into HTML and that front end aspect, and just getting a more general computer science course that's not tailored specifically to Python alone. So I'm going to be setting up a thread in the Discord below where we will set up watch times and schedule them so everybody can get their account set up and linked, and then we can all complete the course together. And so we can all watch the lectures together, complete the projects together, the problem sets together, and submit them as one together at the same time. So you'll just be pretty much following along right there with us, and it'll be a really, really great resource for beginners and people also interested in doing this to come together as a group rather than trying to just grind it out solo. We can learn a lot if we come together and do it together. So please join the Discord. I'm going to be setting that up probably tomorrow or the 26th. I'll be giving some more information about when we're going to start that up, because they're going to be launching the new content hopefully in January 2025. I think they do have C and C++ incorporated in this program, Serpent. So there is a week on C, I believe. So like I said, it is a more general computer science. Every week is more of a kind of a more touch on a different topic, but it will give us access to be able to create more like full stack applications and give us that knowledge. So join the Discord below, follow along for the stream for more information on that. Thanks so much for being here, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow on Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. See you guys.